Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Custom Figure Showcase. The Doctor is in, and today we have a 13th Doctor from The Haunting of Villa... whatever it was called. I can't remember off the top of my head. I should have looked before I started this video. Anyway, a lot of people asked me if I was going to make this, and at the time I decided I wasn't, but when it was shown that we were getting an official resolution 13th Doctor, I realised that my custom one was slightly redundant. I've kept the scarf, but I thought, well, I might as well just put the scarf on the official figure when it gets released. So I decided that I would remake my custom version into this version. So what we have overall is just a 13th Doctor figure, and then all I've done is sculpted on the waistcoat and painted it. That's pretty much it. The only other thing I've done, which some of you may notice, is she has slightly longer hair, because I have decided to update the head sculpt, and I'm going to come back to that in a minute. But I'm really pleased with how this has come out, because it is something that's a nice little variant. I think the chances of us seeing this officially released is unlikely, so that's why I decided to make it. But it also means that my 13th Doctor in my lineup at the top has a nice little sort of variation to her outfit compared to the other, the standard version, which I've currently got there, which I'm going to keep for now. But it is nice just to have, a different variant on the top of the shelf, along with all the others. So the head sculpt, I'm sure many people are going to ask. Yes, I will be producing it for sale on my Etsy shop. Here is a sculpt which I've already made out and painted. As you can see, my paint application is different, not quite as refined as the standard version, but it is the best I can do. But the other thing about this is this features, it's a bit difficult to get this on camera, but this is, whoops, she's a little bit unsteady on her feet, that because this is a resin cast, and now she won't stand up while I'm trying to talk, sorry, because this is a resin cast, it does mean that there is no neck ball joint. It is in fact a fixed ball joint in the head, and so for that reason I'm also going to be selling copies of the standard 13th Doctor head with a fixed neck join, because then what it means is people can cut it and create just an articulated swivel head if they want. But the other thing as well, as some of you may know, the 13th Doctor's neck piece on the official figure actually is fixed inside the body, and what I managed to do is, it was difficult and I did damage the figure slightly to do this. I did manage to remove it to cast up the head, and so what it means is these head sculpts that I will be producing, if you cut away, I would recommend using a craft knife rather than cracking open the body to cut in there and get in the actual part, is if you remove the neck piece, these with a little bit of filing will just slot into the top of a 13th Doctor figure, which they can be used for customs and things like that. So that was the other reason why I wanted to produce them, was because I know it was something that people might have wanted to see. And also, having the fixed neck joint is something which I know people do tend to prefer to the ball joint, because it does mean you can do a bit more sort of swapping over and things like that. So those will either already be up on my shop or will be coming very soon by the time you see this video. But that brings to a close another edition of Custom Figure Showcase. The Doctor is in, as always. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot. Be sure to go to the description below for a link to my Patreon. I'm doing my very first figure animation and you can get involved. There's exclusive content and rewards for those who do so, and funding my Patreon in any way gets your name at the end of my videos. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon.